Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I am here with my very bestest Jessica.
So if you guys
Right?
can't So if you guys can't tell, this is by Mandy's remark. This is our Convincing My Bestie series. This is where we test the bonds of our friendship by convincing the other one to read in a trope that they don't typically pick for themselves most of the time. So it's my turn to convince Mandy. Are you
This,
excited?
no, it feels like, those videos people send you with like the peaceful meadow, and then all of a sudden, like, there's like the
Jump
scary thing
scare?
that scares you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Me too.
Okay. It's like that.
I
But I've
know.
become like somewhat like okay because I've been watching the meadow for a very long time and nothing has happened. Like everything's been going really well in these for a while, so I feel very on edge that any second it's going to be like Alien or Reverse Harem or
Could
Omegaverse
be.
because it's been a while.
It has been. But I've
So
told
I'm
you,
just scared all the time now.
I know we have this conversation where I've told you that I haven't come across an alien lately. Like I feel like I don't have enough alien. I don't have enough Omegaverse because I'm very picky about my Omegaverse. So I think for the most part that is okay. It could even why choose has even been kind of iffy lately. So, you
Yeah,
know,
but these could be things that you're telling me to throw me off.
you heard me talk about aliens other than Ruby Dixon recently.
Again, you could be trying to throw me off. You could be
Okay.
secretly reading and not
And they're
talking
just
about them.
hoarding books and just not talking about them. Got it. Okay. No, we're gonna do Dark Cowboy today.
Oh, yay. I have been
Yes,
waiting for this one and you
I
haven't been
know.
doing
I
it.
know. Okay, so the deal with this one, before we really get into this and get started, do you want to give the spiel and then I'll tell you the deal with this one?
There's a spiel?
Yeah, telling them to come back and watch all the time.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to have you as subscribers. We're getting close to 3,000 and we'll be giving away those coveted cover books. So you definitely want to be here for that. So we'd love it if you hit the subscribe button and like and comment. Like, how do you feel about Dark Cowboy? Is this a
Mm-hmm.
trope that you were excited to see Jessica do? What would you like to see in the future
Yeah, it would
as
be
well?
great. Yeah, because we feel like we're just
Please don't
recycling
comment
stuff.
aliens.
No, we feel like we're
Just kidding.
recycling a lot of stuff. Because we've been like you said, we've been doing this for almost 3 years. So we feel like we're just recycling all the time ideas. So in
Yes.
different yeah.
So tell us, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you have a great idea for a video. Let
Yeah.
us know.
Yeah.
We like to make those happen when you guys have suggestions,
Mm-hmm.
if we have the books.
Exactly. So Dark Cowboys. What I found is I love Dark Cowboys when I can find them. They're very few and far between.
By
They
you love
tend
dark cowboys, you mean you like dark romance that features a cowboy?
pretty much, yeah.
I like
Dark
my
questionable
cowboys
cowboys.
very tan.
Yeah. Yes. But when I was looking through these, a lot of
And
them are more
shirtless, no farmer's tan.
yeah, no farmer stand. Um,
Okay, sorry.
a lot of these guys, they're more that gray area and not dark. Like it's just hard to find. So a couple of these are more in the grayish area or leading up to something that's going to happen later in the
Which
book.
for most people is going to still be very dark.
There's a couple that are dark and then there's a couple that are like, So I'm going to give you a hint. So I have 6 recs for you.
Okay, I'm
And we're
ready.
gonna start with the lighter. I'll let you guys know if there's audio for these guys. So the first one that I have is not technically dark, but it's setting up a dark series. So this is Bull Rush by Maggie Rodden. Um, this one in and of itself is not dark. There is audio for these, but our heroes' brothers, who are also cowboys in this town, are kind of a part of their own little mafia. And so they get darker as you go on. It's what I've been told, but there are a few little elements in this one. So I really liked this one a lot, just so you know. But this is about Hazel and Ramsey. Hazel and Ramsey were married right out of high school. And Ramsey got the opportunity to play for the NFL. And so Hazel let him go. They got a divorce. She got to keep the family's hotel, the inn that they have. It was been in his family for many years. And when he was playing for the NFL, Ramsey was protecting one of his buddies' wives or girlfriend, and he ended up killing somebody who was trying to hurt her. So he went to prison on manslaughter charges, and he's just getting out of prison. He wasn't in there for very long, less than a year, but he's just getting out of prison. And come to find out, he and Hazel are still married. Hazel sent in the paperwork, or at least she thought she did, but she never did confirm whether the lawyer got them or not. So now his parole officer is like, dude, you're still married. This is still your residence. You've got to go back. You've got to live with your wife. She's engaged to somebody else.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Loved it. He is a pierced hero as well. Just going to say. So I really enjoyed that one a lot. Again, it's not really dark. There's a few things towards the end, but it's not really dark, but it's setting up dark. So that's why that one's
okay.
in. Okay. So then the next one I have is the one I read just this last week. This is Breathe for Me by Brittany. And it's still more on the grayish side. It's set up as a dark, but and he does do things that he shouldn't, but it's still not really what the whole story is about. So this is about Valerie and Denver. So Denver is a single father, and he had a one-night stand with a girl when he got out of the military, thinking that it was just this barfly. Didn't even really like her. Turns out it was the girl that his brother was engaged to. And so that whole relationship between him and his brother is just ruined. His brother's now off riding bulls, and he has inherited the family farm, and she got pregnant. So now he has a little boy. I think the little boy's like 5 or maybe 8. Yeah, he's under 10. Let's just put it there. Valerie's mom is dying of lung cancer, and so she works for this pipeline company that goes out and buys all these farms so they can lay their pipeline. And so she hates, not like that. She's paying for her mother's chemotherapy, and she has to keep this job. She hates this job. She's from Texas. She understands what she's doing, but she doesn't have much of a choice. So she shows up at Denver's property. He is just surly and mean, and he is like, get off my property. But then he sees her crying, and it's a whole thing. She keeps showing back up, and it's a whole thing between the two of them. So that's the start of their story. And there is audio for this one if I haven't said. Okay? Okay, but there's so much more to him than that. So just gotta put that out there. Okay, so the next one that I have is okay.
Are you okay?
No. So this is Weston, and this is by Rhea Morris Edwards. Again, there's audio for this one. This is the second book in her Sovereign Mountain series. I did not care for the first book because it was very heavy on the BDSM, and that is not a thing that I like. And I know that's not a thing that you tend to like. Like, it's okay if it's a little bit in there, but when it's really heavy in there, it's just not my thing. So we're skipping book 1, and we're just going to go into book 2 because you can read them as standalones. So Weston meets Diane. So Weston and Diane. Weston is our cowboy. He meets Diane. She is the little sister to a rival ranch owner that's out there. They start having a fling. Like, he sees her and he is like, girl, you are mine. And so they start having a fling when her brother basically sells her off to the other neighboring ranch's son. And they have to get married. And that's not allowed. That's not gonna fly. They have a secret relationship for a while before all this happens. This one definitely has a little bit of breeding. It's age gap. It's got that dark cowboy, jealous, possessive, all the good stuff that we like. And there's audio if I forgot to say that. Just so we know. Okay.
If somebody were to randomly read my notes, they would be like, what on earth is going on? And then for the notes for this, like, sold to neighboring ranch, breeding, like, they would think that I was just taking notes on some sort of like bull or something.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yes. Okay. So then the next book that I have is hard to talk about, but it's one that you need to read. So this is just put that out there. This is
Me or everyone needs to read it.
Everyone does, but I have to give my little caveat here because this is the second book in a series that needs to be read in order. So if they haven't read the first one, they've got to go back and read the first one before they can read this one. But you have read
sorry.
the first one.
Okay, well, I know what this is then.
Yeah. So this is There's a Way by Amber Hughes, aka Daisy Jane. So like I said, if you haven't read Where There's a Will, which is Mandy and I both love that book, that is Dark Cowboy. It sets up this book. You have to read that one first. So this is the continuation. This is Carson's story. She is the sister to the hero of the first book. And Garrison is the hero in this book, which I use that term very lightly because this is dark, very dark. Garrison actually kidnaps Carson, and we see Garrison in the first book. He is not a good guy. He kidnaps Carson and keeps her captive for her own good in this book. And that is all that I can say because it's going to give away too much of what happens. So.
Okay.
But as far as Dark Cowboy Romance, it is like, these two books are just perfect. Okay. Next. Deacon by Rhea Morris Everett. Oh my gosh. Rhea Morris Edwards. So this is the third book in her Sovereign Mountain series. But again, they can all be read as standalones. And I really liked this one a lot. So there is audio for this one as well. This is a huge age gap. She's 19 and he is 40. So this is a big age gap. So this is also narrated by Tor Tom and Hannah Chiclana, just so you know. Tor does this narration. So Deacon he has his own ranch on Sovereign Mountain where all these other guys have their ranch. And our heroine Freya she's just moved from the south or from the Appalachian Mountains area. It doesn't say exactly where, but she's moved from that area now to Montana where they're at. And she's kind of a fish out of water. She lives with her stepfather and stepbrothers, and she's treated like Cinderella, pretty much. She has to keep a job. She has to pay them rent. They're very cruel to her. And she just does not have the best life. When Deacon spots her, and he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy at all, but he sees her and her beautiful green eyes, and he just falls for her. So he stalks her for a little while and manipulates things to where she has to come stay at his house. You know, but it's for her own good, I promise.
Obviously.
These ones are really hard to talk about without giving away the plot of the book, but let me tell you, the dirty talk in this book was just spot on. Perfect. Okay. And that should be 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the last one is my favorite book so far this year, and that is Death Valley by Miss Karina Halley. There is not audio for this one yet. But this is about Aubrey and Jensen. And this book is good. This is just different. It's so different. It is like Dark Cowboy with White Walkers. It's just awesome.
What's a White Walker?
Well, if you'd watched Game of Thrones or read the book, you would like zombie frozen White Walkers. So
a frozen zombie?
Frozen zombies. Cold zombies. Pretty much. Mm-hmm. But not quite. A little different. But yeah. Okay. So Aubrey's sister was obsessed with the Donner Party. Like she just felt like the mountains.
Like the Donner Party that we know of. Okay.
And if you don't know anything about the Donner Party, which I know you do, but if you don't know anything about the Donner Party, Karina actually has a foreword in here where she talks about, like, gives you what you need to know and gives you a little bit of brief history about the Donner Party. But so anyhow, so the Donner Party, her sister feels called to the mountains. She says that before she goes missing. And she's talking about Donner Pass. And so she went hiking in Donner Pass because she felt like the mountains were calling her about 3 years ago, and she never came back. She went with her boyfriend and she never came back. And so Aubrey is trying to find her. She's having dreams about her sister, and she knows that they're not going to find her alive. Like it's been 3 years. Nobody's seen her, but she's got to know what happened to her sister. And so it's just been the two of them. Their parents are gone. It's just the two of them. And so she sees in a local newspaper that this rancher helped rescue this kid who got went missing like a few weeks ago in that area, and he rescued them. So she goes, that's Jensen, she goes to his ranch, she finds out who he is, she goes to his ranch, and she offers him like $500,000 to help her. He's losing his ranch, he needs that money, and this was her inheritance, her and her sister's inheritance from their parents. And so reluctantly, after creepy spooky things happen, reluctantly he agrees to take her into these mountains to go look for his sister that he knows is no longer in the form that she would have been when she was, before those 3 years have happened. And nobody is safe. Oh, it's just, I don't even, oh, it's so freaking good. But there is not audio for this one. Just saying. So there's your 6 dark cowboy romances.
Well, this was hard.
I'm sorry. I know.
Do you know why it's hard?
Because they're so horrible?
No, because I want to read them all.
I know. There's just so, just, I'm hoping that Dark Cowboy is going to be the next hockey romance situation, right? Where they just take off. Because the
Like
ones that
dark
are out
hockey,
there.
but dark cowboy.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to do this for a while, and you're
I
like,
know.
I have to find more good dark.
I do,
cowboys,
and I
so-
have a few, like I started one, but it's reverse harem, and I was like, well, Mandy isn't going to want to read this. I'll read it later, you know, that kind of a thing. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, you know, which I don't get that for cowboys, because cowboys are supposed to be very possessive. So how does that work?
That is always my issue with reverse harem, because I like an
That's why
alpha.
reverse harem doesn't work for me typically in Mafia, because that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Typically. There are exceptions to the rule, but typically.
Okay, so looking at this, I will read There's a Way by Amber Hughes. Like, I'm going to read that. So in the spirit of this, I feel like I shouldn't pick that one because I will read it.
Okay.
So then, oh, there's so, like, all of these sound really good. I'm trying to narrow it down between Deacon, Death Valley, and Bulrush.
I will say,
because I was only able to eliminate one because I know I'm going to read Ember's book.
I laugh about this because when the tables are turned and it's my turn, I typically just know what I'm going to read right off the bat. But every time you ruminate, it's hard for you every time.
It is.
Not always for the same reason, though.
I'm going to do Death Valley.
Okay, I'm so excited for you to read Death Valley.
You've talked about it for a while, and I'm like, ooh, I want to read that. I want to read that. Bulrush sounds really good, and I was looking this up while you were talking.
Yeah.
Because I know that we're going to see Maggie Rodon, and I thought it was at BB4E, but it's not until Wild and Windy Phoenix. Yeah. So I will definitely read it. She was supposed to be
before at Rain City.
Oh, is that why I was like, I thought we were supposed to see her soon.
Yeah, okay, because I got this one and the next one, like they're her special editions or signing editions from her, and she mailed them to me because something happened. She didn't make it. So, but yes, we are going to see her later. So yeah, I'm
going to read Death Valley.
Okay, I'm so excited for you to read Death Valley. I got scared at night, so just FYI, keep the night light on.
Jessica, you know I don't like the dark.
You better read in the light. But I read it in the dark at night. And just don't do that. Just don't do that. Keep the light on. If Jay wants to go to bed, be like, nope, I gotta keep the light on. So just certain parts creep me out.
Great.
Yeah. This is gonna be so fun. I'm excited for you to read it. So okay, we'll be back with your reaction.
Sounds good.
Okay, Mandy. How did you like Death Valley by Karina Halley? It rhymes.
I really liked it. It's a 5-star read for me.
Good. Yes. Do you see why I loved it so much? It's just different.
Yes. Yeah. I have a question though. I thought you said he was not a good man.
Well, I mean, he's just gruff and grumpy, I guess. Not like he's just got his issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's like perfect.
No, but yeah. Yes, he is. There's actually art in the book. Now, I've seen other art that I think is better, in my opinion, as far as like what I think he looks like in my head. But if you have the book, and I can't find it as I'm trying to tell you about it. There is art depicting them in here. Oh, yeah, like there's stuff like this. It's in here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love that book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah, me too. I would also like to point out I did not read ahead.
I am impressed.
I know it was very difficult.
Especially
like,
with
you can
something
do
this
this.
intense, you
Yes.
know. Yeah, this is what wow, it was a lot of anyhow. Yeah, definitely.
There were a few times where I was very tempted because I was concerned about directions and how the story was going at times.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I really hope this isn't what's going to happen. And I was tempted to read ahead. And I'm like, nope, you're going to stick it out. You can do this.
I love that you did that. Because there are some really intense moments where even I was kind of tempted a few different times, and I don't normally do that, especially when I was scared out of my mind. I just get spooked really easily.
I know.
So
It actually took me 3 days to read it because I would
me too.
only read it during the day because you made me
Yes.
freaked out that I was going to have like bad dreams if I read
It wasn't that. I just kind of creeped myself out when it gets very suspenseful in certain areas. And again, I'm not a horror movie watcher. I don't like the jump scares. I don't like those things. So things like this take me a little bit. I got scared in Supernatural. Well, the first season. After that, it wasn't scary. There were times I got spooked in Supernatural. Okay, so I'm a chicken. I can't help it. Just saying. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you loved it.
me too. I'm going to have to go read some more of these Dark Cowboys though.
Yeah, you are. Especially the breathe for me and sing for me. You'll like those.
Yes.
I know you will. So. Okay, well, there you go, guys. There's your Dark Cowboy. Mandy had been waiting for this one. You had it. You liked it.
Yes.
Let me know though if you guys have other Dark Cowboy romances down below. There was one like I
Jessica's
said.
desperate.
I love them. And I know there's one that's a reverse harem that I haven't gotten to, and I knew Mandy wouldn't like that one as much, so I didn't read it yet for this video's for the purpose of this video, but it is on my list. So yeah. Okay.
And I can't wait to see what I'm going to convince you to read next time.
I know I get so excited.
I know you do.
We all get a little worried. We both freak out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and usually Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video.